People realize situations, y'all. We inside of reality. I will walk to the show. What's good? Kenya got that letter for us. What's going on?
All right, dear Sam, I moved from one coast to another for grad school, leaving the city I love for a suburb I hate. I always planned to move back as soon as I was done with school, but of course I met someone. My boyfriend and I have been dating now for about 9 months, and I still have about 9 more months of school. I made the decision early on not to let my dislike of the location end a perfectly good relationship, so I've compromised and now plan on staying in this area for him. The problem is, I've always had 2 deal breakers where to live and kids. I never wanted kids, and I told him this early on and again a few times since. Every time I mention that I don't plan on having kids, my boyfriend acts like it's the first time he's heard this. He said that he isn't sure about kids, but when he talks hypothetically about the future, he mentions how he would want to raise kids. I've asked him outright if he definitely wants kids, and he has said that he wouldn't want an only child, so none or 2 kids, but he hasn't said how comfortable he would be if it was none. I'm not sure if this is a deal breaker for him, but since I've changed my mind on my location deal breaker, am I wrong to stand firm on the kids thing? I feel like he wants to hold on to me, hoping to change my mind. I really care for him, but I don't want to be unfair. Do you have any advice for me?
The advice is to stick to your guns. If you don't want to be a mama right now, you don't want to be a mama. Period. And if y'all staying with each other, what's gonna happen is one of those good old times where y'all doing the do.
Yeah.
That's gonna be that one, and he ain't gonna want to come up.
Yeah.
What's so funny?
you said,
Because he just knows, Sam. He's so blatantly honest with things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love you. I love
I
you.
didn't see it.
Oh, I love you.
I take my headphones. Stop,
No,
Sam.
you better not. You better not. You
to
better
start
not.
the whole thing.
Closing my-
You better not. Oh, I'm so sorry. Now
Can
you
I
upset.
stand
Yeah.
You mad? No, don't
the
do
whole
that.
Scenario.
Don't you do that.
Yeah, when you talk about long-term relationships, you have to stack as many things in your favor as possible. But kids and, if those are deal breakers for you, then I think you should move on. Go on back home and try again.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Or he could, or they. Remember how Why Did I Get Married? The first one when she had, went behind his back and got the tubes tied.
The tubes
so
tied, yeah.
It protected her from ever getting pregnant again. I mean,
But then you're cheating somebody else out
For
of an
sure.
experience that they may
Yeah.
really want.
You popping them pills, but you gonna forget.
yeah, I was gonna say you just, take birth control.
And and double up when you take them.
But he wants 2 kids, so if it's
So you
none
take
or
two.
2,
You take two birth control pills, just in case you miss one day.
Oh my goodness, that does not work. You have to take them when they're supposed to be taken.
so once that first love baby comes along, then she's going to be expected to have another one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, those are one of those things that you
All
have
right.
to
Yeah.
move along if that's not what you want to
Move
do.
on along.
That's very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, let's go to the comment section again. If you just tuned it in, so she didn't compromise to live where?
now this is when she was going to school. She's been there for grad school, but she met somebody. She didn't like the place that she was living, and she wanted to go back home, but she wants to keep up with this relationship. But she had 2 deal breakers. She didn't like living where she was living in the suburbs, and she never wanted to have children. But she said, listen, I'm going to go ahead and stay in the suburbs for this guy, but I want to stand firm on not having children. But he hasn't quite, agreed with her about this whole no kids thing. When he talks about it hypothetically, he said that he wants maybe 2 kids or no kids, but he hasn't
He's
said
sure gonna
how
try.
he
Every
feels.
time y'all do it, he gonna try.
Yeah.
That's cold blooded though.
He gonna try. That's whack. He gonna try.
But changing your location and whether or not you want kids, that sounds like a midlife crisis waiting to happen.
You playing already. You didn't moved in the house. If you don't want to be the wife, you did whatever. Don't move in and play house.
Right.
Don't play house. Why you playing house?
Right.
Well, she's not necessarily playing house right now, but she is dating this guy, and she's
Does she
living in
li-
a city that she doesn't like.
Is she okay? So they don't live with each other.
She didn't say that. She just said that she was planning to go back home, to go back to the city that she loves.
Girl,
after
keep
school.
your legs closed and do what you and live your life. Comment section.
All right. Miranda said, go back home after the 9 months. If you're firm in your belief, then please let him go. If he wants a family that includes children and you don't, you're setting yourself up to fail in this relationship. Move on to a man that shares the same sentiment. But no, he is not. He is not it. No matter how much you like him, love him, and yourself enough to honor your decision. Love yourself enough, I guess she was saying.
There ain't no way.
Yeah. And Celeste says, sis, it's okay for you to feel the way you do about not wanting children, but find you a man that feels the same way you do, not one that you have to persuade not to want one or two.
Right.
Mother and fatherhood is a beautiful thing if you have the right person to raise children with. Stop wasting your time and his time and move along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't put yourself in something you regret. Stuck with somebody for the rest of your life you got to deal with.
Yeah.
You know
and some kids. What if the relationship don't even work out?
Yeah.
You got these kids. You
and you
no
done
kids.
moved out and you living somewhere you don't like?
Woo.
Turn up your radio. You should already know. You should already know. It's the Some Silk Show.